Hi everybody, it's Matty here from BDC TV. Before we get into this, as usual, I'm going to ask you to please check out all of our social media. You will find the links in the description below, so go and check that out. And also, don't forget to check out BDC TV. That's what you are watching now. That is our YouTube channel. Please subscribe, as we don't want you to miss any of the remarkable footage that we have coming your way. Anyway, let's get down to business. Thrilled to be joined from the riser with Ryan from Airborne. How you doing, mate?
Good, mate. How are you?
I'm very, very good. Thanks for having us, first of all. We're here in Manchester Academy. And I have to say, before we get into this, this is the most rock and roll set I have seen in so many years.
Yeah. No, it's, set carts. You got the lights and everything, oh yeah.
Well, I think I said as I came into your lighting engineer, this reminds me of the old Bomber tour with Motorhead, with all the classic albums. So it's so nice to see.
Yeah.
But anyway, we could talk about lights, but that's not really going to appeal to all the lovely viewers that are going to be watching this. So we're here to talk about this stunner sat beside us. It looks incredible.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
You happy with it?
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. We've been looking after her for quite a while now.
Well, how long have you had it? Because it looks. I don't want to go too close. I don't want to touch it. It's very shiny. How long have you had it?
About almost 2 years now, I think. Yeah. Wow. And I mean, it's obviously you see the colour. Yeah. It's been modelled off an SG.
Because I was going to say, this isn't a stock colour that I've ever seen. It's kind of almost a cherry wood, would you say?
It's exactly.
It is cherry wood.
Yeah,
it's not okay.
Pretty much, yeah. And you've got this replicates the neck of a guitar.
Okay.
But when I remember my brother got his first SG and it had gold. Yeah. Tuning pegs, so we've made these gold. So we've mimicked it off that. I remember seeing that guitar. So
it must have made some impression on you, that guitar. I mean, did you play guitar at any point? But it was just purely the look of it.
Yeah. It had a certain look to it. So and a drum kit's never looked like a 61 SG Cherry Red. So
and it's quite hard to see probably under the lights, but when you're sitting here, you actually see the gold. The gold tension rods. Yeah. And it really, it just pops, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely beautiful. So these are Legend series.
Yep.
And what sizes have you got?
Was it 13?
Yep.
16, 18, 22. Good old snare.
The Bluebird snare, was that a no-brainer? Did you try a few out or did you go straight to it?
Yeah, no, we knew that because I use a Kevlar snare head.
Right, okay. So that's like a marching.
Yeah. So, and it gives a good crack. I play with kick under the snare, so it's.
So you like 4 on the floor.
Sounds like a shotgun, yeah. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, well, we've just sat through the sound check now, and kit sounds epic. And it's the loudest. It's the loudest thing I've heard in some time. And I've heard some heavy bands lately, but that is, it's proper rock and roll, and it is no. You're not messing about.
No. Well, that's what we want. We're a loud rock and roll band.
Yeah. And so, obviously, you've been with BDC a while now, so you're really happy with the way things are sounding. 100%. They look amazing.
And as Mark, our sound guy, said, it's the best kit he's ever mixed in his life.
That's quite a compliment, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Run us through the head choices on the rest. Obviously, you've got the Kevlar snare. Do you ever put it through, by the way?
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, the stick I use for my snare hand is that.
Oh, that's yeah.
As you can see,
that's like a baseball bat.
It literally is because it gets bigger there.
Whoa, that's I've never seen anything. Is that a custom thing for you?
Yeah, it's my custom stick.
Wow, I'm assuming the other one isn't quite the same.
Oh no, the other one's not far off. I have this. Which you'll see, it's the same.
So that's good. I don't think I've ever seen a stick that gets. And it's not like a taper. It literally, it's an instant thing. Wow, okay.
Yeah, it's like a baseball bat.
They're cool, yeah. That really is. Yeah. So, I get why you've got the Kevlar. I mean, it doesn't feel that heavy. The other one does.
And you can swing it, you can move it quite well.
So how often, I'm a bore with drum heads. How often do you put that through?
The Kevlar takes a bit.
Yeah.
But any other drum head, we strike like when we record records. Yeah. They have to change them every song.
Yeah.
Or at least every go. So it is hard.
Yeah.
But I think we might have tracked with the Kevlar on the last one. So
yeah. It sounds great. So Who cares, you know? So what have you got on the tom batters?
I think it's just the Evans standard coated heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a bit of a battering, but I don't use the toms as much.
No.
And they just get swapped out.
Yeah.
I mean, the Kevalars, you know, it's 100 a pop, where these aren't as bad, I think. So I think we get them for free.
You hope. But do you know what? The kit sounds amazing. Let's talk about these very shiny cymbals. I'm guessing you're not the person who has to clean all these.
No, luckily.
And there's no fingerprints underneath. Do you do many cymbal chokes, or do you just
I
let
do
them?
a couple.
You do.
Very rarely, though. I rarely do a cymbal.
These
choke.
look like brand spanking new cymbals. They really do. So just talk us through your cymbal setup as well, because it's always good to know.
I mean, these are the master sounds, the Zildjian, and 18, 19, 18.
Yeah.
Pretty simple setup. I think they're just A's, yeah.
It's a pretty simple setup, full stop, really, isn't it? It's quite nice to see. I had a look behind, and it's one of them setups that I think most people would be comfortable just to sit behind and play.
Yeah.
You can get around everything easily.
Yeah.
There's no nonsense to the point. And I guess it's very similar to the band, you know.
It's not rocket science; it's just rock science.
You know? Yeah, I like that. I like that.
that.
So you've been on tour for a little while now.
Yeah.
How's it been going?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
Good crowds.
It's been great. It's been great to see. The world took a while to get back to normal, but it's back. It's definitely back now, and we've been playing some amazing shows all over the place. We just come back from Romania and around Bucharest and stuff like that. I mean, we're going everywhere. So, and it's been great. Yeah.
And have you played here before?
Yeah.
Good venue for you?
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah,
it's rocking.
Yeah, I mean, and I have to talk about when you walk in and you see a stage set like this, it looks amazing, but it's so nice to see wedge monitors and a drum fill. It's incredibly rare these days. I don't know. Obviously, you see that on festivals and stuff. Everyone's on in-ears. Yeah. It's so sterile. This harks back to the classic 80s.
Well, see, I'm not on in-ears. I still use the fill. I've got a drum mic that goes to the guys. Yeah. So I can actually count them in, or I can tell them that somebody's fell over the rail. So maybe stop the show, make sure they're okay, or I can spot things, or I actually can see if Brett's guitar will be out of tune. Mm-hmm. So Joel might start a song, and I'll go, Brett needs to change, and Joel will go, and then he'll have like a little niggle on the guitar, and then Brett will come back with a new guitar and be like, he's good, and then we come straight in.
So you're kind of like directing. Any director or any directions you have to.
Yeah, but it's the best thing about, like when you're saying about the festivals. I used to love watching bands side of stage. That's changed a little bit now. I go side of stage and all I hear is a drum kit. Yeah. But luckily, these are real.
Yeah.
And they are on.
Yeah.
So and those side fills and all these monitors, including that drum fill, which Adam, our guitar tech stage manager, has even said he stood at a festival and his army shorts have actually had waves in them from flapping from my drum fill, which is exactly how I want it. But if you watch this band side of stage, you're going to get a mix.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be, all coming out the front and in-ears and, people traveling with, because a lot of bands try and do it cheap, and so they just travel with a backdrop. Yeah. And I just think that's not a great legacy to keep.
It's a bit of a cop-out, isn't it?
It is. Well, you get one chance on the planet, you may as well do it right.
Yeah, and there's nothing better. You come into a venue and you see a stage full of amps, everything, the great lighting. It looks magnificent. It really does. Yeah, it is. And it's nice to see. And the kit, when I walked in, I mean, it's not a small kit, but when you go to see all these Marshalls, it kind of like, there it is in the middle. Yeah. It certainly doesn't sound small, though. It's just a wonderful sounding kit. What brought you to BDC in the first place? I
was with Tama, but Matt Pengelly, our monitor guy, he's from Manchester. Mm-hmm. He knew about this, and we were talking all the time about just things that I wanted, and he just said, "Come down to the factory, check it out." And I took one tour through the factory. By the actual end of that tour, I was like, go away, think about it. And I just said, no, I'm in. Yeah. I want to be a part of this. And it was actually quite a long time ago. Nico obviously was there. Mm-hmm. There was a couple of other drummers at the time, but it's definitely grown a lot. Yeah. A lot since I joined, which is and in such a short time, which is really, really good to see. You know, it's funny, the drummers I meet at festivals and they're like, oh, you're BDC too? Oh, yeah, cool. Like, it's like, oh, yeah, we just joined 6 months ago. You know, it's like, you know, so it's all happening. It's pretty exciting stuff.
And it's hard to describe. It's a powerful thing when you go into that factory because the building, I think people think it's going to be enormous. It's not that big. You go in and it's something that grabs you straight away.
Yeah, well, it's real manufacturing in England.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know.
Quite rare.
It's very rare. You know, in Australia, one of our biggest car companies went, you know, after all these many, many years, went to China, you know, and you kind of want to see manufacturing done in your own, you know, and the proof's in the pudding. Like, it sounds amazing. It's not, it hasn't been made on a production line. It's been made by people's hands.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But
equally, it's not a boutique thing because, you know, the kits are out there. It's not one coming out every, you know, however long.
Yeah, no, they're definitely everywhere, which is good.
And do you get compliments from other people on festivals when they hear the stuff?
Yeah, we just supported Sting and one of their couple of the, which is, you know, that's a different sort of whole different thing, which is really cool actually. We watched the show. It was like Sting and like but their crew, which would not necessarily cross paths with many rock in our area, were like, what's this? And I took them quickly through, told them where they were getting made, and I gave them a quick story about that, and they're like, cool, man, cool. Yeah. So, yeah.
But it's beautiful, and the colour really works, doesn't it?
It does.
And I totally get where you're coming from. The hoops, I hope you get a close-up of this at home, because they do look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. And everything just... It just sort of flows, doesn't it?
It looks quality.
It looks like, amazing.
I like it as a centerpiece of the stage setup. You know, you've got all this, but in the middle there is this very beautiful rock and roll thing.
It's like a piece of furniture, isn't it? Pretty much. It is. It's so all down to a Gibson SG.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was just the image of it when I first saw it, like when the case opened. I guess I'd heard my brother talk about so much, how much he wanted one, and you know, Angus from AC/DC, you can see the videos from Thunderstruck and whatnot, and live at Donington, and you just see this color setup. Yeah. And then when obviously he got it, it had tuning pegs with gold, which was a custom thing. But I remember just seeing that too, and it was just an image that stuck with me. I remember, I think when we did join forces, there was like, well, what do you want? I was like, you really want to know what I want? Like, I mean, I can tell you what I want. And
you might regret this.
Oh, like, you know, literally bringing in an actual SG, comparing it. These are mahogany. Yeah. So the inlet, the inner wood's different, but the outer shell is actually a layer of mahogany to get that finish. Right. Okay. That's what makes it look so amazing.
Because the birch drums, aren't they? The most
birch with and then just a strip of mahogany to give it that look, and that's the attention to detail it's got. And I mean, I couldn't believe, like, it's like, we'll make it. And I'm like, all right.
And when you first saw it, were you happy?
I was getting photos of the shells, but when I first saw it, I couldn't believe it. It actually just couldn't look better. Yeah. You know? Yeah.
And you're obviously looking after it. Yeah. Because you know, if you'd have told me this came out of the factory yesterday, I'd have gone, it's great.
Yeah, it's been on the road for a while, and it you know, but it's definitely gets looked after.
And does it go everywhere with you, or do you have a European kit and a kit back home?
It depends. Sometimes if we've got fly shows, or it's just only when we can't get our hands on one. This will stay with the main truck, but sometimes we'll have to fly up to Scandinavia or duck into America for a few things. And obviously with shipping going through the roof at the moment, since the pandemic, it's hard to ship things around at the moment. But when we can get one, and if we can get one, we do. We definitely always do,
Absolutely. Well, look, mate, I know you've got a show to do tonight. You've got things to do. So thanks so much for having us here tonight. Yep. Have a great show. Enjoy the rest of the tour. And hopefully we'll see you next time. So 100%. Thank you very much. Once again, don't forget to check out our social media. You'll find all the links below in the description. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, BDC TV. And we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.